Peace and blessings. Now I said I was going to stop saying that. Peace and knowledge of self to all. Today is December the 15th. Making today's math 1 and 5 being knowledge. For 1, 5 is power refinement. 1 plus 5 is 6. So knowledge and power refinement show and prove equality. How is this done? So it's each principle kind of like has like different characteristics about it, so it can be applied to different, or it can be applied appropriately to the circumstance or to the instance. So like knowledge is power. That's a phrase we hear all the time, of course. But what is knowledge? Well, knowledge is the foundation. And what is power? Power is the truth. And what do we do with this truth in this system of knowledge of self? Well, we use the truth as the measuring stick or the ruler or the compass for self-refinement, meaning for bettering ourselves. We try to be more aligned with our own truth, but also the truth of knowledge of self, which is of course where you find your power, is in your truth. When you living in your truth, you like you got superpowers, especially when your truth is rooted in a knowledge that is right and exact. Speaking of, today's letter for the day would be L, which stands for love, because of course love starts with L, and that is one of the most important, or if not the most important thing on this planet. Love, self-love, love for the planet itself, love for your fellow human, love for animals and nature, and love for learning and science, and love for refinement and betterment. Because mint just means, like, in a compound word, mint means mind. It comes from the word mind. I want to say it's Latin. But so refinement, to refine is like when you go and they mine for raw materials in like a diamond mine or whatever kind of mine. Once you find what you need and you find a raw material that's not all polished up and pretty, they put it through a process of cutting first, but also refinement to make it like polish and shine and glimmer and make it, to bring out the beauty that was within it already. Because like when a sculptor takes a slab and cuts the rock away, the sculpture that sculptor, the actual piece of art that sculptor constructed from that raw material, and that sculpture's mind, they could already see that sculpture in the rock. They just brought it out. I forgot where I was going with that. Hopefully I made the point. If not, please leave it in the comments. I really just try to, do this as raw and as natural and as honest as possible. So hopefully I never contradict myself. I know, if I do, maybe it was a slip up of a word, hopefully, and not necessarily me actually being a contradiction. Which is not an issue if you do contradict yourself, because I have knowledge of self, and I know that you should do right and eat to live and all of this stuff. But like I said, I still do tobacco, which is not good for me, and I know better and I don't do better. So, nobody is perfect. However, so again, today's letter is That's what I was saying. Today's letter is L, which stands for love. Um, it also stands for hell. Now, the reason I would say that it stood for hell is because if you looked at it like, well, the next two really are both looking at it like a pictogram. Um, in the case where you have a L, well, I don't know, it should be this way for y'all, a L. So hell, like if this was a whole house, that would be the bottom corner. So, and it would be the bottom left corner, and the left side is supposed to be the dark side. So the bottom of the left is hell. But also that the angle that the two perpendicular lines make to make the L is a right angle, which is how you get love, hell, and right. And the way to remember that is one would go through hell to make something right for someone that they love. Also, the total breakdown for today is 15 and 6. 3, 4, and 6 is 13, which is knowledge, understanding, showing and proving, culture, freedom. So on a grand scale, today's math is reminding us that, again, knowledge is the foundation, understanding in its truest sense is love. So to have a foundation of rooted in truth and love will show and prove equality that is within and without, like within yourself and outwardly towards the universe. Because again, you are just an extension of the universe. The universe is an extension of you, which is how we are all connected, which is why we are all God. If that word offends you, I'm going to do some real research and think of a very good word, and also break down that word God and where it comes from and why I don't think that is the best word to describe what we call the Most High, mainly because, or the divine force, mainly because when you are talking a certain school of thought or many schools of thoughts, their deities are called gods, and then each one has a name. And then in monotheism, the belief is that there's one God. Muslims call him Allah. Jews call him Yahweh. Jehovah's Witnesses call him Jehovah. Hebrew Israelites call him Emmanuel. I think on that last one. And maybe that's Jesus that they call Emmanuel. That was his name. But anyways, the whole point is just that word. Like I say, language is such a booby trap, because you are limited to your expression. You are limited in your expression based on your depth of the knowledge. Of the language. Like how well you know the word is how well you can express yourself with it, if that makes sense. But again, today's math is reminding us that in our foundation must be truth, which would show and prove equality, but also in our foundation must be love, and that is truly the way of life, and the only way for there to truly be freedom. Because if there's lack of freedom anywhere, it's lack of freedom everywhere. Just like injustice anywhere, it's an injustice everywhere. Because the whole point of these teachings is love, freedom, justice, and equality. Peace, love, freedom, justice, and equality to all. Power to the people, all of the people. Y'all have a good one.